Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Twin Peaks Season 2, Episode 12. Today I'm gonna watch one episode. That's gonna be cool, you know. I'm glad to be there to watch a new episode, even more now that I know that I'm gonna have David Duchovny. How are you saying it in English? Like, I think that when I was young, we were saying Duchovny, because in French, you know, C and H, it's ch. So I think that we were badly saying his name, we were saying Duchovny, but maybe not like Duchovny. No, we always pronounced it Duchovny. So it's like that you're pronouncing it too. But I'm just glad to have him into this show now and to play this character, because it's so cool to have that kind of character into a show which was out during that period of time, and also how this actor is playing her, the fact that he's not mimicking, you know, feminine stuff, he's not mocking feminine stuff and all, he's really just playing a character and without being too much, without being, you know, all of the cliches that during that period of time people had maybe about transgender women and all. So it's so cool, so great. And also to have him playing that character, it's great because he's playing her so well, and she seems cool also. She seems to be nice, she truly wants to help Cooper, she's gonna try to discover the truth and not just to judge him like that without really investigating the situation. So yes, I'm glad, like, she's gonna bring something to the show, to the story, to what is happening now in Twin Peaks. And like always, a lot of things are happening now in Twin Peaks. We had someone who disappeared, Major Briggs. Apparently no one is really worried about it, including his own wife, because she's really like, no, don't worry, it's happening every time. It's almost like she's like, well, it's just trying to have your interest, you know, it's just trying to, you know, to play with you, something like that. We know that his work, it's about experiences, it's classified, it's confidential. And with how he was talking also to Cooper and Truman at some point, I had the impression that it was maybe fantastic stuff that he was working on. So I can understand that maybe because of that, his wife is not that surprised, you know, and terrified to have him disappearing middle of the night, middle of the forest, the woods. But it's still a little terrifying if we are considering, you know, Laura's case, how it ended, and with Bob the parasite, who is now out and trying to find someone new to capture, you know, and to devour from the inside. If we are considering that, maybe it could take place into Major Briggs or something like that. So no one is really afraid for him. Okay, it's like that. We have Josie also, who came back in town, who said the truth, but not entirely all of the truth, but the major part of the truth to Truman. She tried to make peace with Catherine. Really, she knew that she couldn't do it. I think that she knew. And now Catherine is gonna use her almost as a slave. She said a maid, but for me, how she's talking to Josie and what she's gonna demand to Josie, it's a slave that you want, not a maid. And I'm not okay with that. I didn't expect, you know, for Catherine to just be like, oh, let's forget that, let's be friends and all. No, it's not her personality to react like that. But I was disappointed still by her reaction, how she was, mostly how she was. Not what she did, but how she was, and how extreme also her punishment for Josie is. We'll see really how it's gonna be. So for now, Cooper is still not an FBI agent, so he's continuing to investigate on stuff but without really having the right to do it. Is it gonna be an issue at some point? We'll see. We have also Nadine at school who has a crush on a boy because she doesn't remember her age, she doesn't remember that she's married. It can be an issue, you know, at some point, but she's gonna be into the wrestling team. That I cannot wait to see it, it can be fun. But that story with Nadine, it's really like a parallel little story, funny one. I'm wondering if at some point it's gonna join the main story. James went a little away near to Twin Peaks, met that woman, he's gonna repair that car for that woman, he's gonna stay right there, you know. Because of that, I don't know where we're going with that. I said it, James and Donna relationship, I'm beginning to be a little tired of it, and you saw it in fact since the beginning. I was like, okay, they're cute, but clearly teenagers who think that everything is about them, the entire world is turning around them. Right there, they think that the entire world, Twin Peaks, everything that is happening, it's against them and their love. Too dramatic. They are really too dramatic, and James, you know, what he's doing right now, it's a little going with that. We have also like the situation with Hank, with Norma's mom, new husband or boyfriend, both making that business with Jean Renault. We have things like that, you know, still on mind, going on. We had also during the previous episode that wedding. Like really, Twin Peaks little moments, you know, it's really the Twin Peaks salt on all of the main narrative arcs. We have some main narrative arcs that we are following, and in each episode we have a little salt, you know, with some characters, with some situations. The Twin Peaks salt. Oh, and I'm coming back to Catherine and the end of the previous episode. We saw that she's talking to Andrew, to her brother who died. So Catherine, you have also powers like visions. We have a lot of people in Twin Peaks, you know, with visions, with powers, with a certain fluid, you know, like energy to feel that kind of stuff. So now Catherine is one of them, and we're gonna have discussions between her and a ghost. That's gonna be fun. Okay, I'm gonna start my intro right now. Let's go for this episode. Remember that if you want, on my Patreon you can have this reaction videos earlier. We have one episode of advance on my Patreon. You have also the full opacity, and you have two options: a longer reaction part with the level 2 or the full reaction part with the level 3. On my Patreon, full opacity, one episode of advance, and these two options: a longer one level 2, a full one for reaction part level 3. That's advantages that I'm working hard to give you on my Patreon, to thank you for the support that maybe you can give me on my Patreon, because it's the best way to support me. Let's go for this episode!
Mr. Horn, did you listen to that tape that I sent you? Yes, I listened to your tape on it. I'm surprised that Leo could master the technology.
Okay, so you know.
Mr. Horn, I have great admiration for you. Admiration for poets and daring capitalists.
You don't want money?
A live thing that rips a hole in the clouds. Now, what's the first question? How did you know? The first question you can ask yourself is what's on top floor? Who's up there in the penthouse? And why? Now that's what I am.
Trying to get higher each time?
Yeah, of course I am, yes. Fine. Opportunity lost. I want you to follow any channels. I want you to chronicle this.
You're gonna give him a job? Are you happy or afraid? I'm not sure.
I'd like to see both.
Very good. Which one would you like to see first?
You want to buy in Twin Peaks? Ah! It's decided. This one.
What is this?
dead dog farm.
What is it?
A puzzle. No one ever really stays there long.
When can I see it?
Oh, j'aurais really be interested.
Richard, this is Judy Swain from the Happy Helping Hands organization.
I'm Nikki's case manager. The number one thing to know about Nikki is that throughout his brief life, he has been very confused, traumatized by a persistent random misfortune.
Like what?
Looks like he's bounced around quite a bit.
Poor child. Yes. An orphan, you know.
Really? What happened? Did his parents die?
He's an orphan.
Persistent random misfortune.
How is the
They
question?
were killed.
How were they killed this way?
In mysterious circumstances.
Ah! That's the brother? Yes, that was...
Looks like a heart attack. Once stimulated,
You know the guy you just married?
respond in such a way that the skin around her. No. No, I think say I told you.
You don't think that she killed him, right?
This is it. The murder weapon.
Hmm.
Never could say no to a woman. No fool.
Don't be mean, please. She also lost an husband.
Sexual advances. Nobody knows. She murdered my son.
With sex!
She's a witch.
Bon.
He's right. I'm cursed.
Bon.
No. No, it's true. My date went to kiss me. It was his first day with his new braces.
And?
And his rubber band snapped and his jaw locked up and I just had to break his jaw. I said to get it to shut and it's just getting worse ever since.
Oh wow!
We all do about these things.
Are you the sheriff?
He's someone nice. Trust him.
Say when something really big goes down on him.
Are you flirting with her? She just lost her husband.
This young girl's right to compete. In addition to it being her moral and constitutional right.
Yeah.
Mike Nelson, you step up here for a second.
Oh, she wants that so much.
Now here.
She's gonna fight you like hell until you say yes.
Now you go out with me.
That's the house. Are you gonna buy this one really, Cooper?
Well, it's still standing. Almost like force of habit.
Irene, have you shown this property to anyone else recently?
I don't think anyone's asked to see it this last year.
Someone work there?
It's open.
It's used by people to do bad stuff.
There's been a meeting here. In the past few hours.
That's why you are supposed to come here.
We forgot there was no running water.
Uh-huh.
Baby left. Cocaine. Irene, we have to notify the sheriff.
Eh? We're changing.
Vicky, stop that, please. Vicky, stop that.
But he prepared the stuff, you know, like he's having a funny moment. Oh, if you're cleaning yourself like that at each little thing you're gonna do.
Please, Nicky. Uncle Dick is trying to read.
You need to occupy him with something else, like maybe helping you. Or you made him wear the same clothes than you.
Scared to death.
It's okay, it's okay. You were... You are truly afraid? Oh. That's sweet. I thought that he was preparing you something bad, to do something bad, and in fact, no. Finally, someone is worried.
When we lost our coordinates on it. Yes, I was. When you were at the site, did you notice any wildlife in the area?
Owls.
Wildlife? Birds? Owls?
Owls?
Yes,
The owls are not what they seem.
It'd be a lot better if you just level with us. We know about the monitors and the messages from deep space that you received pertaining to me. Our monitors are pointed at deep space. The messages we intercepted, Briggs showed you,
Was not coming
were
from
sent from right here in these woods.
space.
Might this have something to do with a place called the White Lodge? It's classified. Colin Briggs is the best pilot I've ever known.
Pilot?
His disappearance has implications that go so far beyond national security.
World security?
Seems like a case of the sniffles. The engine's fine. The axle should be okay.
Boundaries! Boundaries?
I was talking to your brother today, a little bit about your situation.
Look, James, mind your own business.
Are you afraid of your husband?
Are you? There's nothing to talk about.
I know what it's like to be alone.
Clearly, she's gonna have an adventure with you. Well, that's it. Really, I had to wait 2 seconds.
You are afraid of him, are you? Why must we?
It's complicated.
And what? You're gonna be our savior? Our knight? Uh-oh. Oh, the timing?
It's not as